Captains, are you ready to see the most unbelievable warship show in the world? Are you eager to witness the most daring experiments and crazy records?
If your answer is yes, then Ricochet is for you. The show starts right here, right now. Guns, guns, guns! Big guns, small guns, medium guns. Power, force, and big bada boom. Do you know what I like even more than bada boom? When an armor-piercing shell explodes right in the Citadel.
Bada boom in the Citadel sounds awesome, but don't forget about the armor. Sturdy and reliable, it is almost impenetrable, especially if it's hit at an angle.
Impenetrable, you say? We'll find out right now. Guns against armor, and armor against guns. Battleship versus battleship.
That's a great plan, as reliable as Kitakami's 40 torpedoes. The first one tries to score some Citadel hits, while the other has to withstand these blows and respond in kind.
To make the picture complete, we get to witness the power of their secondaries. Who will win in our Ricochet standoff?
You'll find out very soon. First, let's present our challengers.
A recognized veteran of our game. A battleship straight from the legends. The incredible Yamato.
9 460mm guns. Armor-piercing shell damage, 14,800. Broadside salvo damage, 133,200. Her Citadel armor is 410 millimeters thick.
Her opponent was designed under the sunshine of the French Riviera. A ship so fast that she's the envy of all cruisers. Battleship Republique.
8 431mm guns. Armor-piercing shell damage, 14,500. Salvo damage, 116,000. The Citadel's armor protection is 515 millimeters in total. To maintain the integrity of our experiment, we'll carry out the tests without upgrades and commander skills. The first test, perfect shot. Yamato begins. His targets are 4 Republiques, some 5, 10, 15, and 20 kilometers away. Fire!
Wait, there's an important point. We are firing an experimental single shell. Its characteristics are similar to those of the standard Yamato shell, but the dispersion mechanics do not apply to it. A shell like this always hits the aiming point.
The battleship that fires will always aim at the hull center at the waterline level.
First, a commercial break before the firestorm.
From the creators of Detective Clibero and Two Knights.
The legends were true. Hordes of underwater monsters have awakened.
Based on unreal events.
Hey, are they biting into our flesh?
Like a knife through butter, buddy. One bite and you're a zombie.
I don't want to die like this.
No, we won't die. We'll fight together because we're a family.
But there are too many of them.
We're the team's last hope to battle.
Team's Last Hope, only in cinemas, coming soon.
The first target is 5 kilometers distant. A shot. That's a Citadel hit.
10 kilometers. Fire! What? Over-penetration, 1,480 damage.
How about 15 kilometers?
A shot. Penetration? 4,884? Republique is taking the punch.
The last distance, 20 kilometers. Non-penetration.
What a twist. I can understand over-penetration. The shell is 460 millimeters after all. But the next shot?
That's Republique's armor in play.
Okay, you convinced me. Now, it's the Frenchman's turn to send armor-piercing packages to Yamato. The first shot, 14,500 damage and a Citadel hit, of course.
10 kilometers now.
Woohoo! Another one.
15 kilometers.
Citadel hit.
20 kilometers. The shell is in the air.
Penetration. Incredible. A Citadel hit.
Republic wins.
So, 1-0. We didn't appreciate her. We treated her like a thing. And nature is punishing us for it. Fuso has disappeared from random battles. Captains, you still have a chance to save the world. Research Fuso and take her into battle. Fill World of Warships with new battleships. This video was prepared with the support of the Fuso Preservation Society.
The next test in Ricochet is Combat Salvo. Only now we will select one of the Tier 10 battleships as a target. Let it be.
Montana!
Why Montana?
Because she's a decent battleship and is often seen in battle, an ideal target.
Okay, let's go with Montana. Distance, no changes. But this time, a typical main battery salvo, just like in a regular battle. The aiming point is the same spot. The losing Yamato starts.
5 kilometers, 9 guns, fire! 45,732 damage, 5 penetrations and 1 over-penetration, 2 Citadel hits.
10 kilometers, 1 over-penetration, 4 penetrations, and 40,848 damage.
Fantastic!
15 kilometers, salvo.
And 2 Citadel hits. 35,520 damage, 4 over-penetrations, and 2 penetrations.
It's high time to test the armor penetration at 20 kilometers. Shells are in the air.
14,208 damage, 3 hits, and 3 over-penetrations.
Yamato's total damage is excellent. Of course, there are hits to the casemate, deck, and superstructures due to dispersion. However, the lion's share of damage went to the Citadel. Although Yamato is a veteran of our game, she's still a very dangerous opponent, capable at any range.
Blah, blah, blah. Let Republique show you who the real threat is.
The French ship is ready to fire her first salvo.
4 penetrations, 20,590 damage. Heh, I thought there would be more. That's okay, we'll see.
10 kilometers.
44,850 damage, 5 penetrations, 2 Citadel hits.
The next range is 15 kilometers.
11,000 damage, 2 penetrations, and 2 over-penetrations. Could it be that Republique has forgotten how to knock out Citadels?
The final salvo in this test, 20 kilometers.
4,785 and 1 hit.
In the combat salvo test, Yamato won by a long shot over
Montana. Okay, just kidding. The score is 1-1.
The score is 1-1, and a new test.
Penetrate if you can. A training room created to fire at ships without any hindrance.
We have 12 targets. All of them are standing at certain angles. For example, the First Republic is at a very sharp, almost 0 angle. At the same time, the side of the last French ship is at a 71-degree angle relative to Yamato, firing from all available guns. I say available because Yamato can't fire all of her main guns at the closest 4 targets. The battleship cannot move, and there's no turning the hull. The objective of the competition is to score Citadel hits.
Yamato did 51,356 damage to the first 7 targets, but there were no Citadel hits.
At first, only 6 guns could fire, and their shells would hit the superstructures and ends very often.
The Japanese ship causes the first damage to the 8th target, which is 13.4 kilometers away and at a 50-degree angle.
Yamato showed the best results when firing at the 10th target, which was at a 62-degree angle. The Japanese ship scored 19,852 damage with that salvo. Firing at targets 11 and 12 earned Yamato neither high damage numbers nor Citadel hits.
A maximum of 19,000 and no Citadel hits. Heh, and I truly believed in good old Yamato.
It's Republic's turn.
Can you see that the sky is falling right now somewhere?
The first 7 targets hardly lend themselves to the armor-piercing augments of the French ship, only 17,000 damage. On the other hand, she managed to penetrate the Citadel and deal an unbelievable 25,000 damage to the 10th target, which is at a 62-degree angle.
The 11th and 12th targets added a little over 15,000 damage in total to the French ship's score.
It's worth noting that Yamato has a vulnerable area between the barbettes of the forward main battery turrets. Here, high-caliber shells from battleships and some cruisers can penetrate the Citadel's armor, and several French shells hit it precisely because of the dispersion. In any case, the goal is achieved. Despite the fact that Yamato caused more damage in total, Republic wins this competition because the French ship managed to penetrate the Citadel more often.
So, the score is 2-1 in Republique's favor.
Yamato still has a chance though.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're choosing the best Dacia Perova. Please vote in the comments. Which Dacia is better? You need to choose between Italian Dacia and British Dacia. The winner will get the power of secondaries. It's time for the main battery to rest. Let's have some fun.
Yamato's 12 dual-purpose 127mm mounts and 2 155mm mounts versus Republique's 8 127mm mounts and 3 152mm mounts. First, without modules and commander skills.
The battleship that sinks a destroyer 5 kilometers away wins. In the second case, Yamato and Republique will fire at each other.
We'll repeat both experiments, but with fully upgraded secondary batteries. So, Destroyer Shimakaze is the target. It's Republic's turn. Off we go!
The French ship needed 31 secondary battery hits and 2 minutes 59 seconds to turn the Japanese destroyer into scrap.
Now it's Yamato's turn.
Shimakaze sank 2 minutes and 54 seconds later, after 26 hits and 1 fire aboard.
It's time to pit 2 battleships against each other. The distance is the same, 5 kilometers.
I've been waiting for this since the video started.
Republic wins in this confrontation by sinking her opponent in 5 minutes and 5 seconds.
Republique scored 155 hits and set Yamato ablaze 5 times.
The Japanese managed to hit Republic 142 times, set her deck ablaze 4 times, and deal almost 90,000 damage.
In the competition of secondary batteries without upgrades, each of the battleships won one of the nominations, so they both get a point. And the total score in our Rico Chet is 3-2 in Republique's favor.
Let's repeat this test, but with fully upgraded secondaries on both battleships.
Only 38 seconds, and the destroyer is in the port. 28 hits. That's a great result.
Now it's up to Republic to repeat or improve on the Japanese ship's result.
"52 seconds and 26 hits. Well, Grandma Yamato and her secondary battery score the second victory in our duel.
Now let's find out whose secondary battery is more powerful. Are the battleships ready? Is the audience ready?
Let's go! République, Vive la France, 2 minutes, 50 seconds, 306 hits, and 7 fire instances.
As for Yamato, she scored 243 hits, started 4 fires, and dealt only 67,328 damage.
Well, in this test, Yamato and République scored 1 point each again. The score is 4-3, which means that the French battleship won the first episode of Ricochet.
Let's not forget about the random factor and player skills. In battle, it's not the vehicle that wins, but the person who controls it. So, continue improving your skills, captains, and we'll continue to supply you with new episodes of Ricochet, the show where 2 ships determine which of them has stronger firepower and more reliable armor.
If you like the show, tell us in the comments what ships you would like to see in the next Ricochet. Don't forget to like this video like a true captain and subscribe to our channel.